Hey guys, welcome to 2020. I'm Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube, and we are starting off the year 2020 with a ton of new stuff. We're going to have 3 brand new sew-alongs and lots of finishes, lots of stuff to inspire you to get your stitchy on, so I am so excited. The first stitch along is going to be Quilty Love, so I'm going to show that to you. This is Quilty Love. I stitched this. It is a Lori Holt pattern, so she designed it and we published the pattern for her, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So I stitched this on Oatmeal 10 count vintage cloth, which is Lori's cloth. I used AuriFloss to stitch the sample, and then Lori, since she's my BFF, totally took the piece and put the buttons on for me and the rickrack. And then when she did that, she did a tutorial on her blog on how you do the rickrack. So right here, there's actually thread holding the rickrack down. Can you zoom into that, like a little stitch right there? So you can see like how there's pink floss holding that rickrack down. And so there are tutorials online on how to do this. So we're going to have a little stitch along to start the year off for Valentine's Day. And we're going to pop up real quick the schedule. And all of this information is on our blog. And so super, super easy for you to find. So this is our stitch along chart. And you can see, so next week would be January 14th. And then we're going to do live stream next Tuesday. That's why it's on a Tuesday, because we're having to move next week's live stream to Tuesday instead of Wednesday. And so you can see each week what you would be working on. And then obviously on that last week, you would do some finishing. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the chart. And I would love for you to sew along. We're going to have some prizes for people who are sewing along. So this is the chart. And I'm going to show you all the things we have to go with it. And at the end, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, because I've already stitched this, so I'm going to have a little fun and do something different. So this is the chart. It is available as a paper chart. And again, Lori Holt is the designer. And it's a way to combine your love of quilting with your love of Valentine's Day. But you can do this chart. It doesn't have to be in red and pink. And the chart uses 3 colors. So you can see that it uses red, cream, and pink. So we have an AuriFloss set or a DMC set, and on this cloth, the 10 count, if you're using AuriFloss, you would use 6 strands, and if you're using DMC, you would use 4 strands. This is how the cloth comes packaged. And on the oatmeal color, there's a side that's mottled and a side that's not mottled. And I stitched the sample on the non-mottled side. The buttons that she used are her little buttons that come in a little bag, and her tiny rickrack, which is her small vintage trim. She calls her rickrack vintage trim, and the color is cloud. And what we're going to do in-house, which is going to be super fun, is we're going to do 2 samples that show how it doesn't have to be red and pink. So Cody is going to do patriotic colors. She's using 825 for red and 817 for pink. And then this is what Cheryl's going to use. She's going to use DMC blues to match her house. She's going to use 931 for red and 3752 for pink. And I will be showing you their progress every week. So I cannot wait for you guys to stitch along with us. And if you want to do something super small, I've already made this, obviously, but I want to join the fun too, because I don't want to be left out, even though I've already stitched it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this frame, which is a small vintage frame by Lori, and I'm just going to stitch like a little small section of the piece. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I'll probably play it by ear, but I will stitch something with the AuriFloss set, just because I want to have, and this will be cute, like these could even go next to each other in the house. Super cute. And I will use red and pink because I like red and pink. And we sell this frame. These frames right here, we were having custom made, and we checked with the builder of those, and they're still working on them. So hopefully we will have them soon. And I was going to show you some other people are going to be stitching along with us. So Dot Dot Goose is going to be stitching along with us. And there is her post. So she's got all her supplies ready. And I wanted to show you, she makes these wonderful bags. It showed up to my house yesterday. She made this bag and I bought it off of Etsy. Her Etsy is Dot Dot Goose Designs. Super, super cute bag. So I've got to put something in it and it perfectly matches with Quilty Love. So I will be putting my Quilty Love in there. And thank you for the second bag you sent, which I'm going to give to Denise because she does a lot of cross stitching. Java Girl Stitches is also going to be stitching with her. She is Christy and she has a FlossTube channel, and those are her colors. Super cute. And so she lists what she's going to be using. She's going to be using colors 5200, 958, and 3832. And then we also have Stitching in the Barn, which is Valerie, and she also has a YouTube channel that has this beautiful barn, and she does a little bit more than just cross stitch. And then Cheryl McKinney from Tranquil Stitches is also going to be joining us, and she has the cutest floss tube. I love to listen to her because she's like, "Hi, I'm Cheryl from West Virginia, and I just want to talk like her." So let me know if you have any questions on the Quilty Love, because I know it's a lot, but we want to show you when you get a pattern. It doesn't matter which pattern it is. You don't have to do it just like it's listed. You can do kind of your own thing, which is what you see us doing and other people doing, and always make it your own.
All right, we don't have any questions yet, so I'll give people a chance to get them in. But let's see, Deb Glassiter says, Kimberly and Lily, I have missed you so much. We've missed you too, Deb. And then Mi Mundo en Telas, she says, Buenos dias from Katy, Texas. She lives right nearby us.
That's
Hello.
close. I'm going to Houston twice this month. Emma came to me last night and said, Mom, I really want to go to Streets Houston, which is this dance thing. Do you think I could go? And I'm like, well, then you would be in Houston. She's going to be a dance 3 weekends in a row. And she was like, yeah, I'm good. And I'll be there.
All right. And then the Woolly Bee says, my Quilty Love supplies should arrive early next week, and I'm so excited. Woo woo.
And this is super beginner friendly. So even if your supplies came, say, Monday next week, you still have plenty of time. This is super quick because you've got big stitches. Super quick. Super quick, super beginner.
All right. And then we do have a question here from Garylyn Birchwell. She says, would this be good for a beginner?
Yes, perfect for a beginner.
All right. And no more questions at the time.
Yay! Okay, so again, to recap, that's Quilty Love by Lori Holt. Our next stitch along is FQS Parade of Homes. This is going to be awesome. So we decided, Denise and Cheryl came up with this idea, and they presented it to me, and I was like, I love it, but you just created a lot of work for yourself. But they pulled it off. It was quite the feat, I'm going to tell you. Denise had to work this weekend to get it done. So, Parade of Homes. What we're going to be doing is we always want to inspire you to do something, you know, to keep going, and this will kind of keep you on track. So what we're going to do is we're going to be, all of us internally, and I'm going to show you what everybody's doing, is we're going to be building a home every week. And some of us are going to build 9 homes, some of us are going to build 12, some are going to do 4. And on the last Wednesday of every month, we're going to show you a summary of what all of our staff have built on our Parade of Homes. So we have a link to all of the things I'm about to show you, and if you want to follow along, that will be great. So the very first one I'm going to show you is what I've already completed. It's the Cottage of the Month by Country Cottage Needlework. So there's 12 different monthly sets, and I'm going to show you one of them that I've already completed in a little bit. But this is, if you wanted to see them individually, this is how they look. And this is a 12-part series. I stitched these on Lamb's Wool 14 count by Wichell. And I used called for DMC, and I stitched them individually. And so each month I'm going to show you mine at the end of the month and how mine looks. And I framed them in these frames, and we ordered the frames, and we hope they come soon. Oh, January's right here. I was like, where's January? So this is my January piece. So I have one completed already, so yay. So that is our first one. And so what we're doing with these, all of these is we will have pattern sets to make it easy for you. We will have thread sets of DMC to make it easy for you. Of course, if you want to use the fancy floss, you could just order that extra, or you could order each individually. And we also have all the cloth. So that's our first one. Our second one is Glitter House. And so with Glitter House, this one can be completed individually or as a whole. And so if you do it as a whole design, this is how it looks. And this layout is on Country Cottage Needleworks website with details on how you would put them together. And so this is going to be stitched on Water Lily 14 count, which is right here. This is our thread pack, and it is so pretty. Look how pretty that is. And this one has a little surprise to it. So this is a 9-part series. Cody is going to stitch this and on Water Lily 14 count with called for DMC. She's going to stitch each of them individually. And if you look at this fabric right here, she glittered it up. So this is how the fabric comes packaged. And we linked to this paint, Krylon, at Hobby Lobby. I've never used it. It's called Glitter Shimmer and Shimmering Silver. And she just sprayed it on the fabric and she's stitching on it.
That's so cool.
I know, she's brave. So that's going to be super fun to see how that looks all stitched up. Our next one is going to be what I'm doing. So this is a Year in the Trellis cross stitch pattern set, and I am doing a 4-part series, and I'm going to stitch them individually. So this is a little stitch girl, and these are the little houses. So it's a house, little houses for each season. I'm stitching on Farmhouse 10 count vintage cloth, and I'm using the called for DMC, and I'm going to stitch them all individually. And when I do it, I can get 2 houses on 1 package. So if you were buying this, you would only really need 2 packages of the 10 count. And I already started mine, and so I'm super excited to show you mine. So I'm going to probably do mine where I do 1 every 2 months. We'll see how I space mine out. The next one, I'm super jealous because I really want to make this and don't have the time to yet, but I know I'm going to. It's Santa's Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. And so if you want to sew it in a set, this is how it looks. Tell me that's not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your whole life. That is so cute. So these are the patterns individually, if you want to just look at them. There's 12 patterns total. Cheryl is going to stitch this on 32 count Lugana, and the fabric on that will be coming in stock next week. She's using the called for colors, and she's stitching it in 1 piece. And this is our DMC pack. Now, Cheryl will be stitching hers with a combination of DMC and fancy floss, but we just did a thread pack of just DMC. What thread pack? 2-pack? Thread pack, sorry. I don't know what I'm... but this is really cute, and this is on, I would say this is on my bucket list. It's not even, that's not even the right word, but this is I would love to do this sometime in the future. My next one is Gingerbread Village, and this is also Country Cottage Needleworks. And if you want to see how it would look all together, that is so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. I want to make it too. So there's that one. And this is the thread pack. It doesn't use as many colors. And we're going to be using lamb's wool. And here's how it looks. So this is Gingerbread Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. This one is an 11-part series because if you look in the very center, that one piece is bigger. Denise is stitching this on lamb's wool 16 count, and she's using the called for DMC, and she's gonna stitch each one individually. So that's gonna be super, super cute. And of course at the end, we're gonna be showing you after the very last month, like whenever people wrap up, we'll be showing how we actually finish it into something so that it's not just stitched. The next one, all of these are so cute. I want to make all of them. The next one is Frosty Forest by Country Cottage Needleworks, and this is also another one where you can stitch it into a big piece. And so that is super cute. I love the deer, and obviously there's not a house every month, but there are 4 houses. We are stitching on Country French Ring 32 count linen, which was also used in Snow Village. And the thread pack. Look how pretty this looks together. So pretty. And this is how this looks, so you can kind of see all of them as a whole. Again, Frosty Forest, Country Cottage Needleworks. Shelby is stitching this. Shelby does all of our photography for social media. And she's stitching again on Country French Ring 32 count linen, and she is doing DMC and Weeks Dye Works, and she's going to do one piece. And then this one was my second choice. I had to decide, you know, which one I was going to stitch. This was my second choice. This is Welcome to the Forest Cross Stitch pattern set. Again, Country Cottage Needleworks. And if you want to see it as a whole, it is so cute. Oh my gosh. And again, that one doesn't have a house every month, but it does have 2 houses. So we're considering it part of FQS Parade of Homes. And so this is the thread pack. Welcome to the Forest. This is the fabric, how the color looks. So this again, Welcome to the Forest, Country Cottage Needleworks. This one is a 7-part series. Deborah, who works in customer service, is going to stitch this one. She's going to be stitching it on Smoky Blue 32 count Evenweave by Fabric Flair. And we will have more in stock in a week or 2. And she's going to stitch with DMC and Classic Colorworks, and she's going to do one piece. And then the next one, I mean, y'all thought that this was going to be a short live stream. Oh my gosh, no. Snow Place Like Home. So this was also one that I considered. It's also Country Cottage Needleworks. And I like this one because it's very different from the rest in terms of colorway. And then this is how you would do it as a whole. Super cute. And I could even see someone making it vertically. So this is Lamb's Wool 14 count. Angel, who works in It's So Emma, is going to be stitching this one. It's No Place Like Home, Country Cottage Needleworks. She's stitching on 14 count lamb's wool, which is my favorite cloth ever by Wichell. And she's using the called for colors, and she's stitching it as one piece. And on this one, we will have thread packs available next week. We're just waiting on one SKU of DMC to show up. So yay! So that is all of our FQS Parade of Homes. We can't wait. This is going to be like a year-long parade. You know, as you can see, some are 4 pieces, some are 5, some are 12, 11, 7. So every month we're just going to be showing you our progress, and it's a great way to keep ourselves on task because we know, okay, the last Wednesday of every month we have to have this ready. And so you could do that at home. You could just pretend that you're going to be on the live stream, and we'll obviously have some giveaways, some shout outs, and so that can motivate you to have yours done too. And of course, like Priscilla and Chelsea are going to be stitching along with us. They're currently deciding what they're going to do, but I'm sure they will tell you on their live stream or on their video on Saturday what they're going to do.
All right, we have a question from Shay Hudson. Can the parade of homes be any homes?
It can be whatever you want it to be.
Ooh.
So we just made this, we just put together some things so that it would be easy for you to shop. But you can do whatever. You can do one house, you can do a mansion, you can do a church, you can do whatever you want. So these were just our ideas, and kind of we just looked at series that had houses. And like even the Little Stitch Girl, that's not necessarily seen as like a series, but it's houses, so it is. Like you just make it your own, and you can do one house, you can do 12, you can do whatever you want. There's no rules in cross stitch, and really what we want to do, and the whole purpose of this channel, is to inspire you to stitch and to love your craft and to do what you love to do, and show you lots of things, because you might like some, you might hate some. Do whatever.
And Sharon Hadaway says, I love them all. OMG, I need to retire.
I know, that's how I feel. I feel like looking at all of that, I'm like, I need all of that. I want to make all of it. I really want to make all of them.
And then Deb Glassiter says, Frosty Forest cross stitch pattern. Can this be stitched on Country French Rain 16 count in one piece?
Yes.
Excellent.
So our next stitch along, we just wanted to kind of give you a reminder of, is going to be Bloom-Topia. This is Bloom-Topia right here. So I'm going to let Lily, so I don't drop it like I always do, let her zoom in. So this is our Bloom-Topia charity cross stitch, and we just wanted to remind you that this is coming up. It is going to be a stitch along that starts February 1st. It will be a completely free pattern on our blog between February and July. All the information is on our blog. I'm going to show you today the supplies that you can buy if you're interested in stitching along with us, so that you can have all your supplies ready. And then in a couple of weeks, I'm going to talk to you more detail, show you all the people that are going to be stitching with us, and go into more detail, because that's a lot of information today. But for this, if you want to stitch with us and you want to do the same colors, we've got 2 thread packs, AuriFloss or DMC. I stitched mine with DMC. And we will be linking to Make-A-Wish below. We're trying to raise money. We're trying to raise $50,000 for Make-A-Wish. It goes directly to Make-A-Wish. We've already raised $8,000. Way to go. It's only January 8th. I really think we can do it this year. We have bags to put all your stitchy stuff in. We have, what do you call it?
Keychain?
A keychain, enamel charm. You can put it on your, I was thinking about putting it on my keys. Like my, what do you call it? Car keys.
Yeah.
What are the words? And then this is the cloth we used. It is Lugana Pewter 25 count. So we have all of the things if you want to participate in that. And of course, don't feel like you need to do all 3 of these stitch alongs. But if you want to, I would love it. And this fabric right here, which is used in the background, is now in stock. If you want to finish yours like Priscilla. So Priscilla from the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch was so nice to do this for me, this finishing. And if you want to finish it the same way she did, I used 37583-16 to send to her, and she did this, and there's more detail on her blog, and she got that frame at Hobby Lobby.
All right. Okay. From Margaret Reedy, what is the difference between AuriFloss thread and AuriFloss floss?
Okay, so AuriFloss is so let's go like to the basics. Like AuriFloss is a company that makes thread. So they started out making thread for really expensive suit makers like Gucci, that kind of thing, like really high-end suits. That's what they were, and it's based in Italy. And when the economy went down, obviously suits are not selling that well. So they thought, well, let's get in different markets. They got in the quilting market. They have different weights of thread. So 50 weight would be a thread that you could use in your sewing machine to stitch a quilt. 40 weight would be something you could, it's a thicker thread. You could use it more for embellishment, that kind of thing. So AuriFloss, we have a spool right over there. Let's see, let me find one. I'll show you an AuriFloss spool and how it looks. So this is how it comes packaged. It is more expensive than DMC, but you get a ton more per spool, so it comes out very similar. So this is how it comes packaged, super cute on a wooden spool that you can reuse. It is slightly thinner than DMC. So when you're working with it, you might use more strands, you might not. Just kind of depends on what, you know, you like.
All right. And then Laura Clark says, thinking of using Seafoam Green Ada for a Bloomtopia. Do you think this would look okay?
Can you pull that up, Denise? I don't know what that looks like. We'll look real quick and then we'll tell you. I don't know. It might clash with the green in there. We're going to pull it up so I can see it and then I'll tell you what I think.
Okay. And then Candy Kerr was asking, would French lace Ada work well with the floss for Bloomtopia? I already have the thread pack.
Yes. Seafoam green, I would say no. If you did seafoam green, I'm looking at it. I would use totally different floss. I think it would be too. I don't think there would be enough contrast with the.
There's a lot of green
thread on the. Yes, so I would say no to that. But you do you. Like if you want to do it, do it.
Yes, I'm like, I like crazy colors, so that sounds really fun.
Yeah,
to me.
that sounds like Lily.
But I love all sorts of crazy colors.
Which is good, because that's good. Like, we should all be different. We should all be how we want to be.
Yes, yes.
Lily dresses different every day. I'm still amazed. Like, how much, I don't know what's in her closet, but when she gets married, she should be really upfront with her husband and be like, okay, look, my closet, you don't get a closet. This closet is mine, because she doesn't ever wear the same thing. So that needs to be in your contract when you get married.
That's hilarious. So I actually have 2 closets in my bedroom, and one of them's empty.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. I don't know how, but it is. Anyways, Home Mom says, the huge ruler next to you is so fun. On your right.
Oh, it's super cute. We got that at Hobby Lobby, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so super cute. It's from Hobby Lobby.
Yes, and I believe they still have them. I
Yeah.
was there the other day.
Yeah.
They had one. All right. And then Angela Stoutenberg was asking, can you remind us how much fabric to leave around the sides of the pattern?
So what I've been doing is 2 inches, but sometimes I'll just do 1.5 inches. And so those are our 3 sew-alongs that we're going to be starting in 2020. And we have a ton of finishes because, of course, we haven't had a live stream in a long time because it was Christmas and New Year. I hope all of you guys had a great Christmas. I had a lovely Christmas. It was nice. But I'm happy the holidays are over because that was a lot of time off work. And I need to get to work. So big shout out to Priscilla for finishing this for me. This is Away We Go, and I always call this Ho 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 Away We Go because I think I'm funny. And this is Country Cottage Needlework. So I stitched this on 14 count black board witch shell, and Priscilla finished it for me. So this is from Hobby Lobby. It's called Northwood Lodge. And then she did all of this decoration up here. And look at the side. So cute. So this is one piece. The white comes on it. It's part of it. And then she did, from one of her fabric packs, she took this. And then she put it on. It's so pretty. And then she painted all this. The reindeer and the, oh my gosh, I love it. This is like glittery. I love it. So thank you, Priscilla, for doing that for me. I love it. So exciting. And then I have a lot of finishes. So I am so excited that so many people stitched along with me on Christmas Alphabet. Here is my Christmas Alphabet all done.
There you go.
There you go. And we have a thread pack for this. I stitched on 16 count blackboard witch shell, which I don't know about 16 count anymore. I'm going to stick with that 14 count. And so I'm going to send this to Priscilla today. I haven't told you, Priscilla. I can wait a long time. Super cute. I love how it came out. I think it's going to be a really nice decoration in my house. This took me, I always keep track of how many hours it took. So 55.3 hours.
Wow.
You can't tell I'm OCD, right? Like, no normal person would count that. I'm not normal. And then we have some cute little pop-ups that we're going to show you of some finishes. So Lori finished hers recently, and look how cute hers is. There's her Instagram if you want to follow her. Super, super, super cute. She's going to finish it, and she's going to mail it to us, and we're going to show it in a future live stream finished. And then we'll probably borrow Priscilla's and Chelsea's also. And theirs are finished, and theirs, we've already shown theirs on previous live stream, but they finished theirs with some little gingerbread men or little houses from Target, and I actually saw them. And I actually saw the little gingerbread men in Target. So that was kind of cute. And then I also finished my cottages of the month that we've been talking about. I finished this. This is July cottage of the month. So I will be ready for July. I will already have mine done. So I'm taking this to the framer. Super cute. And this took me 10 hours, 10.9 hours. So this is Cheryl's Snow Village. I'm not going to go all the way up because I don't want everything to fall. Can you zoom in, Lily, so I don't have to, sorry.
You good?
Woo! So this is the first 4 parts of Snow Village.
Oh.
And she's obviously stitching them individually, and she's caught up. So that's so awesome. Cheryl's always caught up. This is the newest one right here that I haven't done. And this is mine. So part 1, 2, and 3, and then 4 goes here. So I just have to do part 4. And yeah, this is hard to stitch on. At first I was like, oh, it's easy. I am really going to, I don't ever do resolutions. That's not a thing I do because I feel like you should just be like a good person always and not have to like motivate yourself, but whatever. I really just, I'm just going to do 14 counts the rest of the year because I'm just done with all this hard count that I'm trying to do to keep up with people, because you know what? 8 is good and 14 count is beautiful, and this is hard. So I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to also in my mind consider this FQS Parade of Homes because it does have, they're not homes, but they're close enough. I'm just going to consider it part of that. And then this is my Snowy. I'm also going to send this to Priscilla. And I finished this. It's so cute. So I finished this on Sunday, and I spent 18.6 hours on it. So what I did, and this is the kit. We have some kits left over if you're not in the club. And if we run out, we're going to make a couple more when we're waiting on frosted sage to come in. So I'm going to tell you kind of what I did. I have decided that I need to go faster. So if that could be a thing. So one thing that I did, it's a big no-no, but what I did is I stitched in rows, which you're not supposed to do with fancy floss. You're supposed to do 1x at a time. But I kind of said, whatever, and just did it because I can go faster in rows. And I just wanted to experiment how much faster it would be compared to the ones I've done in the past where I've done it correctly. And I only saved an hour. So I was kind of thinking I was going to save like 3 hours, but I didn't. I did not do the eyebrows on the eyes, and I used deep fennel as the jar just because I want all my jars to be the same, and 14 count black. And we have a pop-up. Okay, so I was going to show you guys kind of what I did this time because I'm all about saving time. And you can see I really didn't save any time because I only saved an hour. But what I did on this one is I did all the white first. And then I decided, oh, I did a lot of white. Let me do the easiest one. So then I did the nose. And then I did the red. And then that is the addition of frosted sage, I think. And that, it looks kind of white. And then the next part I did was all of the hats, and that is full cross stitches or 2 strands. And then when I did the jar, I did go ahead and go back to 1 strand each. And then I did all of my back stitching after that, which did take quite a bit with the Smyrna stitches and everything. So, but it's super cute. And one of the things that Emma said is, why are we putting spring decorations out when we put our Christmas up? And I said, well, I don't have winter. And she was like, well, we should have winter decorations. And I was like, well, maybe next year. So I wanted to show you Cheryl's. So Cheryl, look at this. Okay, I'm not going to move because I don't want to. So what she's going to do is she had this in her house. It's vintage. These are real vintage jars. And she is going to use this for all of her chockfull. So I'm going to take this off and show you. In this back jar, she's going to change this right here out. The floral decor, let's call it that. And then she's going to place, this is a sticky board. She put a magnet, and then it's just going to sit here. It doesn't need the magnet, but if she wanted to do something different, she can put it on this, and this is from Hobby Lobby. So lots of options on what you can do with Snowy. And we're going to borrow Priscilla's to show you Priscilla's, because this is Priscilla's design with hands-on design, and we would love for you to purchase to support Priscilla and her designs. So Cheryl did a great job on this. She had come to our office, to Denise and I's office, and she was like, I have these jars, I'm going to put it on the jars. And I was kind of like, I don't really know what she's talking about, but I didn't want to like admit to her. And she was like, I'll bring it. And it's amazing. Like, oh my gosh, like it's amazing. So I just love it. So that are our finishes. So let me know if you'll have any questions before I keep going, because I have a little bit more, but I would love to answer any questions that you guys have on all of the things. And hopefully all of this is, you know, inspiring you, and hopefully it's not overwhelming you.
Yes. We did get some more questions about Bloomtopia. Home Mom was asking, what fabric would you suggest for someone who needs 10, 14, or 16 count fabric for Bloomtopia?
I would do 14 count graceful gray.
All right. And then Faith M. Bo says, what's a lower count good alternative fabric for Bloomtopia?
14 count
Okay.
graceful gray.
Excellent.
And don't feel bad if you're using 14 count. I love 14 count Ada, and don't feel like if you watch people who make really, you know, there's some floss tubers out there who make the most beautiful samplers and they're awesome. That's great. Don't feel like you have to do that. If you want to use Ada, do Ada. Don't worry about, like, don't feel like you have to like FOMO, like just fear of missing out. Just do what you do. Do whatever you want. Like, all my relatives came over for Christmas and they saw all my cross stitch and they were like, oh, it's so pretty. It's all Ada. They don't know. People don't know. They love it. They love what, so great.
All right. Kim Patterson says, I love the early American series. They have cute homes. Does Fat Quarter Shop carry these series?
Yes, and we even have a set of, in the pattern sets, there are 9 designs. And we sell it individually, we sell it as a set, and that would be great for FQS Parade of Homes.
And sorry, just realized my mic was off, so it's on now. Judy Chappelle Alabeck says, do you do quarter stitches with 14 count?
It would be hard to do. And our designs do not have any quarter stitches because I'm not about quarter stitches. I'm about X's. Real easy.
All right, Jaxby82 says, does 28 count Monaco come in an oatmeal color? And if not, what would be the closest? It's hard to tell by looking on a screen. Thanks.
No, it doesn't come in an oatmeal color.
It doesn't come in an oatmeal color. I would think mushroom.
Yeah.
Mushroom would be
Or
close.
28 count, yeah.
All right. And Linda Gillespie had a funny comment where we were talking about my closet. She said, she sleeps in it. The bedroom is the closet. Get it? That was really funny.
That's funny.
All right. And then Priscilla and Chelsea say, anytime, Kimberly, we've missed you. I'm sure I'm getting your snowy jar too.
Yes, I'm sending all of the things.
All right. And then Stacy Risen said, speaking of the lovely Lori Holt, have you decided when the new cards will be released?
The new what?
The stitch cards, I believe.
Okay, so we're doing it every quarter. So we just came out with some in December, so March 1st. So we're just doing them every quarter around the first of the month. She has not designed the next set yet. We are working on some really awesome stuff behind the scenes. She will be sitting in the background on the live stream on, I'll tell you the date. I got to look at my calendar real quick. So January 29th, 28th. 28th. So we're going to do that one on a Tuesday also. So she'll be in the background. She doesn't love to be on camera, but I'm sure some people will just tune in just to hear her voice. So I get to spend the whole week with her, so that's super exciting. She's never been to Austin before. She's never met my kids. So, but I do have to find some antique shops. So I might have somebody look that up for me because I don't know.
Yes. Uncommon objects.
I know they moved.
Yeah, the new location's even bigger. It's really cool.
Is it better?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, they have more parking too, which is
yeah,
nice.
I'm definitely going to go there, but I don't know where else I'm going to go.
Let's see. Linda Gillespie says, did your project look different because of stitching in rows?
Okay, so I'm going to show you Cheryl's and mine. That's a great question. Oh my gosh, you get the question of the day. Okay. So zoom in, Lily. And okay, so Cheryl used 16 count black. I used 14 count. And obviously her stitches are smaller. But I think it looks good either way. I don't have as much variegation, and I'm okay with that. Because I love DMC anyway. Like, I don't even, like, yeah. But yeah, I was just trying to save time. I just thought, you know, I got to do something different. I got to speed this up. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's a big no-no, though. I'm going to tell you, like, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, you're not supposed to do that. But you know what? Do whatever you want to do. Like, as long as you're like, whatever. I don't have to follow the rules. I mean, I do, but I don't have to, like, follow the crafting rules. Like, there's no crafting rules. Do what you want to do.
And then Susan Wolfer says, what do you think of Vintage Mocha 14 for Bloomtopia?
Yeah, good. Like it.
All right. And then Lori Holt says, I might just peek my face in and say hi. LOL.
Oh
dear. That would be exciting.
But she's not going to sit there and answer y'all's questions because she's shy. Lori's shy. Y'all don't know. I'm so excited, though. I told my kids, I told Emma, so one time, I'm going to tell you a funny story. So Emma's like her mama. She thinks she knows everything. Problem is, she kind of does. So one day, I was in the car with Lori, like years ago, and I was calling Emma, and I was like, yeah, I'm with Lori. She's like, that's not Lori. I was like, yeah, it is. She's like, doesn't sound like her. I'm like, I don't know. Lori will remember this. But she's like, that is not Lori. And Lori's like, yes, it is. Like, Emma Jolly was like trying to tell Lori Holt she wasn't Lori Holt. And I was like, Emma, that's probably not. You can't tell someone. Anyway, it was funny.
That's
hilarious. It was a couple of years ago. It was funny, though. That's not Lori. Yeah, it is.
All right. Tammy Coyle says, any news when Floss Club may open up? Waiting with bated breath.
We are too.
Yeah.
So, we don't know.
Oh, Lori says she's not shy, just camera shy, maybe.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You are shy. Yes, you are. You're a little bit shy.
Yes, but the camera is scary. I can say
it is. There's a lot of lights. Like, it's a lot to get on camera, guys. Like, it is a lot of mental, like, it is not easy to do this, but I do it because I love it.
All right, and then Gianna Gibson says, do you have a tutorial to learn how to cross stitch?
Yes. So we did some live streams that were very beginner how-tos. And so if you go back to the beginning of 2019, they should say something about beginner cross stitch, and you could just watch like the beginning of each video. And okay, and so now we have a couple of new items. Obviously we have the Frosty pattern by Priscilla Blaine and Hands On Design, and we have the pattern, we have the kits. This is super cute. We have Welcome Home by Country Cottage Needleworks. It's just a standalone pattern, and it's cute. I haven't even seen it before. That would be perfect for the FKS Parade of Homes. Just one little house, and that frame is perfect. So I might make that. This is an older pattern called Give Thanks with a Grateful Heart. And it was requested we carry it, so we got it. And this one is really cute. It's called Waxy Moon, Watch It Snow. And I think it's super cute. I like the words. Hometown Holiday is a pattern series that Little House has been doing for quite a while, and she released 20 different houses, and she completed her series, so we put together a pattern pack. On this one, she does not give a layout for the entire, if you wanted to stitch it as a whole, because there's 20, but you could definitely do a row, like a horizontal row, and since they're all the same size, it would look cute. We also had Jack's Frost Tree Farm, which is a pattern by Little House. We had a blogger request that we do kits. So this is the center, this is some of the outside, and we have a pattern kit for that. And this, you are going to die. Look at this. This is like the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life, right?
Oh my gosh.
I can't tell you, look, my stuff's already in it. I was like, I gotta put my stuff in it. So these came in from Lori. This is Happiness is Homemade. These just came in like yesterday. So vintage, which that's going to be super popular. And then, oops, I can't even. And then this says, a lady never discusses the size of her fabric stash.
That's amazing.
I know. So these just came in. So get your bags. Super, super, super cute. And one thing that I wanted to let you guys know that we added is Denise and I, we have a Google Doc now. We linked it below. Kate put it together for us. And if you click the Google Doc, you can put your suggestions on products that you would like us to carry, whether it be cross stitch or quilting. And we have found that with cross stitch, we have a lot of requests. And so we thought it would be easy to do that. And what we're doing is if you put all your information and you put your correct email and as much detail as you can of something you're interested in us carrying, we go through that, and then we either let you know, yes, we can carry it, or no, we can't. And when we get it, and if we're going to carry it, we say, yes, we're going to get it. We'll let you know when it comes in. When it comes in, we email you a link of directly where it is. I obviously can't do all of the requests. Like some of the requests I've gotten would cost me like $10,000. Like I can't buy everything, but we will definitely, look. And if we think that it would be appealing to more, a good broad variety of a good customer base, then we will definitely look into getting it. And we have had several cross stitch patterns on that we have bought. So that's super exciting. And next week's live stream will be on Tuesday morning, same time, 9 a.m. Because Tula Pink, if you are a quilter, Tula Pink will be having a quilting live stream on our quilting channel on Wednesday. And that's why we moved it. And I do have some shout outs. The first one is Crafty Girl from Jersey, and this is super cute. It's the square dance from Heart in Hand, and there's a whole series of them, so there's 12 of those. And this is the academic stitcher who, she really gets a lot of stuff done. So this is great. This is the Suffrage Act, and it's like there's an anniversary we're on that. And so a lot of people are stitching it because it's the anniversary of women's right to vote. I can't remember the number, but I should know. And then Fiona's Craft Cottage is starting the Snow Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. Super cute. And then my last finish of 2019, the truck, and my first finish of 2020, the Snowflakes, both from Winter Wonderland Farm by Priscilla Blaine. And that is Textile Erica. Textila Erica. And then this is the Snowy Chalkful by Hands on Design, Connie Dunn. That is a super cute finish, and that snowman is cute. And then Bringing Home the Tree by Lori Holt. This is the pokey little pineapple, finally finished, and first time she used DMC Etoile and loved it. And I like how the station wagon has like the brown paneling like the real station wagons did, and then she added some birds.
That's an amazing username, by the way.
The pokey little pineapple?
Yeah, I think it's really cute.
You're funny. And then Liz Zan, loving my progress on Away We Go by Country Cottage Needleworks. That one was super fun to stitch. And then this is amazing, LRB610. That is Christmas Alphabet by Prairie Schooler. I love it. It looks like she might have used the called for colors. I really like how that looks. All of them have looked amazing, and they all look so different, and I love that. So let me know if you have any more questions, guys. And then maybe let me know in your comments, like, what are your goals for stitching, cross stitch for 2020? I would love for you to subscribe to our channel, tell your friends about us so we can get some more subscribers. We're only at 10,000 and we really need more.
All right. Well, so first of all, I guess the right for women to vote happened in 1920. So it's been 100 years, 100-year anniversary. Yep.
Go women.
Wow. 100 years. That's crazy. Janae Combs said, do you have an alternative cloth suggestion for Bloomtopia looking for 32 count?
Lambswool or platinum?
Bloomtopia?
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't gray, though.
We don't have one. So if you did a beige, it would be lambswool.
Okay, so if you're looking for 32 count and a beige, Denise is saying lambswool or a platinum-y color, but what we can do is we can get a 32 count gray. We'll put it on our list and order it today, and then get some kind of a gray that's similar. Now that'll take a little bit longer because what happens is it comes in on the bolt and then we cut it down.
All right, and then Colleen Isaac says, are those thread spools real behind Kimberly?
They are.
Do you want to pull one off?
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Yes, you should see the thread spool in my house. The thread wall in my house. It's amazing. Yeah, I have a little bit addiction of thread and buttons.
Yeah, if you look at our old quilting live streams from like almost 2 years ago, yeah, you can see those.
Yeah, maybe I'll send a picture. My uncle built a big rack of thread, and for some reason on the bottom 3 rows, the thread keeps moving. So before all my family came over, Emma got on the table and like organized it, and I was so happy that she did it for me.
All right, and then question from K Mood. She says, when I learned how to cross stitch many years ago, I was taught to start in the center and work my way out. How do I figure out where to start if I want to start in a corner and work my way across?
If you want to start in the corner, I would go 2 inches, maybe from the edge, or 1.5 inches. I use this. Let me find it. I use this little corner gauge, and I just put this, like I just put it on that one. Sorry. So like when I started this, I cut it down to where I would have 2 inches on each side, and then I just put this on there and said, okay, 2 inches from the edge, let me start there. So I use this little guide. But you don't really need this. You can just use your finger if you wanted to, but I just use this. I like it. And then obviously I had way more at the bottom than I needed. But that is what I use. I just kind of go from the edge. But you can start in the center. You can start in the top left, top right, bottom. You can start wherever you want to start. I think that's one of the things that has really evolved in the crafting industry is, and might be, some things that maybe, I want to say this nicely. I feel like years ago, everything had to be a certain way. You had to stitch on this cloth. You had to do this. You had to do this. You had to do this. And so what Lori wanted to do to bring cross stitch back was, let's make it easy. Let's go back to the basics. Let's get away from all this crazy 32 count that some people cannot do. And let's go back to the basics. And it's really brought a lot of people in to cross stitch because people are now feeling empowered that you don't have to stitch on 32 count. And I just think there are no rules. Don't make rules for yourself. That in terms of like your creative life, I don't mean in like there's no rules ever. I just mean like in your creative journey, in your studio, do whatever you want to do. Do whatever inspires you, whatever, and each, like for example, on the chalk full from Priscilla's, I've done all of them different. Like I've done some where I did each piece, each little section individually. I've done some where I did all the white first. I do each piece a little bit different to challenge myself. So just do whatever inspires you to do, whatever you want to do that day.
All right, question from Chris Condra Harmon. Is there a video that Kimberly demonstrates a pattern that calls for over 2 when you are using a higher count fabric? I believe
Cheryl did one.
And yes, it is on our FlossTube channel if you want to search that.
I think it's like Cheryl working with linen.
Yes.
And, you know, maybe in the summer I might go back and do some beginner, you know, just standalone videos that are not live. I would like until the summer to kind of get that, because I need it, like when we do like a beginner series, we have to like really think it out, and I just need to think out how I want to do that and how I want to present it.
All right. And just a reminder to everyone, if you haven't subscribed already, feel free to hit that button. We are so close to reaching 10,000 subscribers, and it's very exciting.
Yay! So I will see you guys next Tuesday, and I cannot wait to see all of your parade of homes and how you build your neighborhood. So see you next week.
Bye, guys.